Hey everyone, my name is Jacob and welcome to my second video. So for this video, I kind of wanted to make it a spiritual successor to my first one, kind of just going over how my style has shifted over the years, and I thought the best way to do that would to show all of the old pieces that I've had for a long time that have been gathering dust, so to speak, in my closet, and just going over all the different periods of my style, I guess you could say. And also as a bit of self-promotion, I thought it'd be a good idea to show all of it because it's all stuff I'm actually selling, planning to get rid of. So it's basically a video of just me going over what my past style was like and recycling my wardrobe basically, which is probably what I'll call the video. This video will definitely have cuts, unlike my first video. So looking now, I just have my laptop pulled up because I opened up Grailed and just looked at everything I had saved. Compared to my older style, I definitely was more influenced by like Jacob Wallace, I'd say probably 3 or 4 years ago. Just that whole Gosha wave, the skatier, summery, like California shit, but not like the hypebeast Balenciaga, Bernie 2016 hoodies and shit like that. It was definitely more of that, the skull look, I guess you could say, with the edgier like Mastermind, Number 9 prints and stuff like that. And I definitely still have bits and pieces of that Japanese style infused with what I like now. My favorite brand for the past couple of years has been Capital. I think a lot of what they have is kind of mid, but when they hit hard. I feel like almost all of the vests they've made, most of their fleeces, basically any of their outerwear, excluding like the smiley face stuff, I typically like a lot. Literally just scrolling through this page on Grailed, pretty much everything is just like Capital outerwear. My style has definitely moved to a point of maturity, I guess you could say. Not like in a sense of formal wear, but just less loud. A lot of those old like Vivienne Westwood seditionary tees and shit like that that YouTubers would buy, not that that's a bad thing, would be very loud, very graphic. And I've noticed that almost anything on it now, unless it's vintage, if it has a graphic on it, I pretty much entirely gravitate away from it. One hoodie I've been wanting for a few months now is those Arc'teryx hoodies, the Atom, and even that branding, I think it's fine, but if they're like a loud back print, like those Arc'teryx toques that are kind of getting trendy right now, I don't see myself personally wearing one, just because those huge ass birds on them. It's a look I like, but it's something I don't think I could wear personally, as it wouldn't really mesh with what I'm going for. Besides Capital though, it's just a lot of, I guess you could say YouTube brands, but it's mainly just Stotts, Ballet, and Ground Cover. So basically the brands of Avery and Kaylee. And other than that, it's moving towards like vintage wear, but also a hikier look. Been looking at like Arc'teryx and vintage Columbia bottoms. I think it'd be cool to have some shell pants, but I can't seem to find any ones where the fit would be really nice. I've been looking towards hiking boots, but I'm also scared of overconsumption, just because I feel like my combat boots can fit a lot more than what I'm using them for currently and stuff like that. So getting that out of the way, it's a really short introduction to what is probably going to be a very long video. I'll first move into t-shirts, which is probably the smallest section. I've never had a long list of t-shirts just because I always seem to be picky about what I grab. But moving in first, we have I have not worn this in like 2 years, 2.5 years. This dog tee from 2018, the holiday brand drop for, I think it was called National Dog Day, something like that. I also had a sweatshirt from that drop and I sold it a few months ago. Everything you see listed in this video will be available on my Depop. I just prefer Depop over Grailed just because I feel like Grailed is really stiff, and you can get in trouble for like not doing anything wrong. I just don't really like Grailed as a service. But yeah, all of this will be listed on my Depop, and I feel like I try to make all my stuff reasonably priced the best I can. But on almost everything I post, I'm down to negotiate. Just message me. Nothing really bothers me, measurements, anything. Next up is Brockham tea. It's from the Moody Blues. I'm not even gonna lie. I listened to the album that this is promoting. I did not enjoy it. But I don't really think it matters. Like, I remember when band teas first started getting big, what, like 5 or 6 years ago, with the Metallica, Nirvana ones getting big in like Forever 21 and Zoomies and PacSun and shit like that. Everyone was so like worked up about whether you listen to the band or not, and it's really not that big of a deal. If you like the shirt, go ahead and grab it. This is a more expensive piece just because the Brockham tag. Brockhams fit insanely well, and the quality on them is really nice. They almost always fade perfectly. Oh, something I've already forgot is I guess I should mention sizing. That first tee fits like a medium. This one fits like a extra large, and you could fit it if you're a large. It's just a boxier cut. I can, like I said, measurements for anything. Measurements for this are already posted on Depop. And the last tee, only 3 tees for what I'm selling right now as I'm looking over, because I think that's it, is another single stitch tee. I grabbed this 4 years ago, and it's a tee from 1989. It's printed on a Oneida blank, I believe. It's an Oneida power tee. Unlike Screen Stars and like Russell and Jersey jerseys, I haven't really seen many people talk about this blank. It also, what I think is really interesting is it has this mock neck, so it goes up a little bit tighter and a little bit higher than the regular crew neck, and I actually really like that about the fit. This one fits like a large. I believe I have measurements posted, but if I don't, off the top of my head, this is about like 27.5 inches in length and about 20 inches in width. Fits me fine. I'm 6 foot, 140 pounds. Everything I'm showing you, I've worn in the past. Moving on to outerwear. So this is gonna be a mix of like hoodies, crew necks, cardigans, all the rest, anything that could really be considered outerwear. I know a lot of people throw in hoodies with tops, but I feel like it depends on the weight of it all. So this is a blank red Hanes hoodie. I believe it's a medium. I think, let me check. Yeah, it is a medium. I would say it fits like it. It is a newer hoodie. I believe I bought this directly off of their website. And so I was kind of surprised by the quality of something so new. It's not amazing, but I think I got it on a sale. And so for how cheap it was priced, I was definitely like, not blown away, but I was happy with the quality that was given to me. It's definitely a starchier hoodie. It's super, super soft, but it's still comfy when you throw it on. This red has already started to fade, and I haven't even washed it that much. And yeah, I think it's gonna look really, really pretty as it continues to age. The only flaw with this one is just, I originally wanted to take off these metal, oh, I don't know what the word is, but the things where the drawstrings go in. And I originally got like a pair of pliers, and they just would not rip off, and I didn't want to tear holes into the hoodie. But other than that, there's no problems with like any of these so far. None of them are even stained up or anything. Moving on, there's not a specific order for this, so you might see like a hoodie, then a vest, then another hoodie, or something like that. This is another piece I've had for about 4 years. So basically, looking back on it, you can see that around 4 years ago, it was definitely a much sportier look. I was really scared to spend any money on clothes. All stuff that I barely paid any money for, which is also, I'm selling it super cheap. Basically just trying to recycle things, like sell like 10 things so I can get 1 pair of jeans that fits me well and stuff like that. This is a blank Champion hoodie. It's a size medium. I believe it's printed on an eco tag, which isn't as good as reverse weave, but I know a ton of brands have printed on this. I know a couple years back when Stray Rats made their original batch of the Rat Girl hoodies, that this is what they printed on. Definitely a good quality hoodie for the price. I did buy this used, and the there was a huge stain on it when I got it. There's like an ink stain down the right side, but I was able to get that out, so it's not stained at all. But it's slightly starting to have pilling issues. Or pilling, whatever the word is. But it's not that bad. Definitely something where you could probably take it out and just prevent it in the future. Next up is a vintage Adidas windbreaker. I think I thrifted this. I don't think I bought this online, but I could be wrong. This is something I have not worn since my sophomore year of high school, so like 3 years ago. It's a size medium. It could fit a medium or like a large, maybe even an extra large if you're like really skinny but taller. It has no holes or anything like that, and it still kind of fits that comfier, sportier aesthetic, I guess you could say. Looking back at my taste in earlier high school. Moving on, we have one of two cardigans that I forgot to button up. So give me a second here. From what I've posted so far, some of this stuff has been posted for like a couple weeks already. The cardigans, there's two of them, I believe. Yeah, only two of them. The cardigans are by far the most popular things I've posted. I think it's because of that like Igor Call Me If You Get Lost trend that's been going on since Tyler's been wearing those cardigans for a couple years. I know people at first clowned him for it, but I think people are finally starting to hop on that trend with him. I definitely was there. I think I was wearing cardigans back in like 2017, 2018. But I just never really liked how any of them fit on my body. And that's just a personal preference thing. But finally, after buttoning up, there is this one that I did thrift. It's a size extra large. So it definitely fit longer on me. I'd say it fits true to size, but you could probably fit it if you're a large. Maybe even if you're a medium and you just want a oversized fit. There's no issues with this at all either. It seems like it's really hard to have issues with cardigans because even like small holes, you can end up just like stretching it over. Very solid, very basic, but like timeless in a way. Moving on, this is definitely one of the most trendy purchases I've ever had. When that huge Aleaks wave was going on, and you saw those trends with like the chest rigs and having 20 pockets on everything you can imagine, which I would assume he was inspired by general research, but maybe not. I think this is definitely a Jacob Wallace inspired purchase, but I don't remember if he ever showed a vest specifically in his videos. So this is, I've only worn this once, because in high school I was so scared of getting clowned, just never wore it again. Weird thing is though, these seem like they're like going up in popularity again. Like, I don't know if it's because Drewski wore them or something, or if it's like an explore page aesthetic now, but I guess I was early to it because people seem to really like these fisherman type vests. Has a shit ton of pockets, but you know, that's the whole point. Moving on to the first flannel of I think 3, maybe 4. I've always been big on flannels. Is this one. It's a size extra large and definitely fits the part. If you're not an extra large, this will probably fit big on you. It's a Craft and Barrow. Quality isn't bad. I'd say it's average. I think Craft and Barrow is like a department store brand now. I could be wrong though. But I think it's a really solid color pattern. I think it's something that you can wear with pretty much everything. Just a simple blue, gray, and white, and the mix of navy blue hits a lighter blue, which surprisingly doesn't clash at all. I think it actually goes really well together. I would probably keep this. It's just moving on to like getting more specific with how I want things to fit me. I just wish it could be a little bit different. moving on to the final cardigan is this JC's Penney one. This one is already buttoned up. This JC's Penney's one from, I believe, the 70s or the 80s, based on this tag. I could be wrong. And if so, just correct me in the comments and I can pin it. But when I looked up like the era of each tag, the closest, I never found this exact tag, but the closest I could find was a 70s to 80s-ish looking tag. Fits like a medium for the most part. I would honestly say it could probably fit a large. It kind of sat right around my waist, possibly a tiny bit lower than my waist if I remember. I only wore this a couple times. But it's a very solid cardigan for something that's as old as it is. It's in like immaculate condition. There's no stains, holes, anything like that. The fit is really, really nice. Like I said, cardigans are something I just don't like how they look on myself. My guess on length is around 25.5 to 26 inches, since it does sit right around my waist. And once again, super nice piece. I think that piece, or one of the shoes I'm gonna show you, is the most popular piece that I have listed without it being sold yet, which sucks. A new listing, because I'm starting to move away from sweatshirts and hoodies. And if you told me that a couple years ago, I would not have believed that at all. I didn't even think it was possible to just have a wardrobe without sweatshirts and hoodies, but it, like, literally all I've worn the past month is that Snow Peak vest and then my flannels, and that's about it. I'm starting to move towards more like that jacket style, the longer jackets. There's a Capital jacket I really want. I think some of the stuff that Michael has posted in has looked really nice. It's just those blazery type looks I don't think could ever really fit my body well. And I also just don't think that's where I want my style to be headed. That might be a little bit too formal for my taste. Anyways, this is a how do you pronounce it, like collegiate sweatshirt for the University of St. Mary. Never even, I think I might have looked up this college like when I bought it to see where it was. I think it's in the Midwest. It was a long time ago, but I wore the shit out of this in high school. It's not stained or anything like that, but I got a lot of wear out of this. It's printed on a Jersey's blank. I think it's pretty new. But the quality is there. It's definitely a boxier cut, and I don't know if that's just from previous wear and it like shrinking around the waist, the length of it all, or if it was originally cut like that, because it's really weird to see modern sweatshirts fit in a boxier way. But I do really, really love the fit of this. I'm just kind of moving away from that style. I'm looking more towards stuff with buttons and getting rid of things with hoods. Speaking of which, I need to invest in a good hat. That Jacob Hetzer hat, that dark cap that Owen showed, was really nice. But there's no one reselling it, and it's sold out, and it's $100 in the first place. So if anyone has any good recommendations for hats, just let me know. All I've really seen is that Jacob Hetzer hat, and then I looked up trucker hats. Definitely don't want a 6-panel standard ball cap, or like a new era cap. It's hard to explain what I'm looking for, but I think the closest thing to my style personally would be a trucker. Anyways, last sweatshirt, almost done with the outerwear, is this Kent State sweatshirt, also in a navy blue. This one is a size large, and it is extremely, extremely heavy. Like, even if you like this, if you live in like California or Arizona or New Mexico or Texas or Florida, just don't cop it. Unless you're someone who gets cold really easy, or you want like something to wear around the house, don't buy this. It is extremely, extremely thick. It's going, when I sell this, it's going to cost me $15 to ship it, because it's so goddamn thick. You can be any body shape, and this thing will not care. It will keep its structure. I I don't think it's a bad thing. It shocked me after I bought it. I'm not sure if I thrifted this or what, but I've had it for a while and just never really wore it. But, you know, it happens. So I'm trying to give it a second life onto you guys. Okay, 2 more pieces of outerwear. So, second to last flannel is this one. Out of all the flannels I'm showing, this one's definitely my favorite. Just never seen anything like it with the colors and the pattern. It's like this maroonish, lighter purple, almost like a pinkish purple, but it's also not pink at all. It's really hard to explain. It's this really, really cool color that I feel like it can only be seen correctly when you're holding it. And with the pattern, it has these mixed hints of green and blue and white. And so it's like mixing all these different colors. I wouldn't think it would work well, but I really, really like how this looks. Has no size tag for some reason, but it fits like an XL to an L. Also, no problems or holes or anything like that, but if you ever want to, there's like 4 extra buttons, which is really nice. I've never seen a vintage flannel with that many different replacement buttons. Moving on, lastly, this I did thrift. This was the first flannel I ever thrifted. I did not understand my body type, I'll say that. This is a Sonoma flannel, which I think is another department store brand, but I could be wrong. This particular flannel is not vintage. At least I don't believe it is. It is a size medium. I would say that's right. It might be a tiny bit tight in the chest for a medium, but it probably fits more true to size than it does a small. Super standard cut, super standard buttons. I feel like these buttons alone show that it's definitely a newer piece, but a timeless little color palette with it, red, blue, and white. I don't think that'll ever go out of style, really, at least along the masses. Well, that's all of the outerwear. Now moving on to bottoms. So for bottoms, I'm going to try my best to just go from shorts and then move on to pants, though pants won't be organized. Though there's a lot of stuff in this pile, so we may end up seeing some shorts mixed in with a pants, or, you know. So starting off, these are actually not mine. I'm selling them for a very good friend of mine. And there's some golf wing shorts that Tyler released, I want to say in fall, winter 2017. Because I don't think he released these in spring, summer, even though he definitely should have. If it was spring, summer, it was spring, summer 2018. It was right around when Flower Boy dropped. Basically, this, in my opinion, is still one of his best pieces looking back after the Cherry Bomb era. I think the Cherry Bomb era definitely had the best merch, but since Flower Boy, easily one of the best pieces he's made. I remember he went on some late night show and claimed that they were boxers. They are not. They are regular shorts, but they do have a shorter inseam. My guess would be like a 3 to 4 inch inseam, if that. Might be even shorter. But they fit pretty nice. I'm surprised with how short these are, how big the pockets are. You can fit everything that you normally can in any other men's pant in this. Pretty nice piece, very solid, and a super nice color palette. It's just that golf wing skater style has kind of escaped me for a couple years now. Moving on to these shorts. Some Reeboks gym shorts. I loved these when I first got them. I got them in my sophomore year, so another piece like 3 years ago. Seeing all of that sportswear influence that has almost entirely gone away with my style. I believe these are definitely from the 90s or older, because I believe it was around the mid 90s when people started to move away from making stuff in the US. Might have even been before that, so this is at the latest mid 90s. If that super high quality nylon fabric, like, you can pull on these all you want. I don't think it's ever gonna rip. No stains or anything like that. size small. Same with those golf shorts. Both of them will fit anywhere from like a 28 waist up to like a 32 if you really want to try. Both are just timeless pieces, simple athleisure wear. Can't really go wrong. Moving on now to the second last pair of shorts are these Nike soccer shorts. Has a Barcelona patch on it. I'm not a soccer fan. I just do like the logo though. Always kind of liked it. One thing that I did not like about these that I didn't know is they don't have pockets. Just for me personally, I kind of need pockets for anything I'm wearing, carrying like my keys and my wallet and stuff. But other than that, I still think these are a pretty solid short. Inseam might be a little long for me, but I like mine super short. So it's like a standard inseam, I think 7-inch if I were to guess. Dry fit if that matters to anyone. Kind of just helps, I think, wick sweat away, keep you dry, stuff like that. Super breathable, has a mesh panel on the back. Really nice quality, honestly. And the last pair of shorts, got these from Urban over 4 years ago now. Caught them during a sale, I want to say. Bum Equipment. It was like a 90s brand. Thought it was going to be a huge wave coming back when I saw these, and I was wrong. These, I believe, somewhere have a bleach stain. But if they do, it's very small because I can't even see it anymore. Oh, yeah. There's this tiny, tiny little bleach stain near the waistband. Super long pockets, nice fit. I think another 7-inch inseam piece. And all these shorts fit between like a 28 to 32 waist. And looking down, that's all of the shorts. Moving on now to pants. I'll start out with something simple, and then I'll move on to its bigger brother, I guess you could say. These are another pair of Nikes, and they're just some, I think these are Thermafit sweatpants. Yeah, Thermafit. Really nice quality, no stains or anything like that. Fit pretty well. A lot of sweatpants have really short inseams. If they have like a closed hem like these do, it is elastic. But if they have an open hem, like how older Russell or Champion sweats fit, they'll be so goddamn long. They'll have like a 35-inch inseam. And I feel like these are a good middle ground between the two. Size small, 28 to 32 waist. Simple little piece that are really, really comfy actually. Moving on to what I meant by bigger brother. These Gosha sweats. At first when I got these were purchased off Totakayo, I believe. Just first getting these though, I thought they were literally going to be, what's the word? Sorry, I blinked for a second. I thought they were totally going to be regular fitting Adidas sweats, and they are not at all. They're definitely a custom fit from Gosha. French terry inside. These might have the Adidas logo, but these are like extremely high quality. These are super, super, super nice. They do have pockets, which kind of is surprising considering they're a soccer sweatpant. The entire point of these, I believe, is just for soccer, which you'll also notice if you ask for measurements. I think it's like a 26-inch inseam, something pretty short, meant specifically for soccer. Really, really love the color choices though. I'm usually not the biggest fan of heather gray, but the way that it hits this Adidas logo is so nice. And then over here in Russian, I believe, I could be wrong, I did look it up when I bought it, but I don't remember anymore. I believe it just says Adidas in Russian, but I could be wrong. Anyways, these, like, for an Adidas sweatpant, the quality on these is insane. The fit is really, really nice. Only real problem that I can see is on the back waistband. There's like a tiny bit of wear, but like it literally works perfectly fine. Oh, and there's this tiny mark of wear right here, and that's literally it for the entire pair of pants. I didn't think that these still had a lot of hype behind them, but I saw one on Grailed sale a few months ago for $200, and that shocked me. Mine are listed way under that. Anyways, super high quality piece. I haven't worn sweatpants in a long time now. I'm kind of just living in my jeans. I used to never wear denim, and after finding a pair of jeans that just really fit me well, it's like all I can wear. Moving on to an alternative to one of my favorite pants are these Duckhead olive green pants. Clearly, for me at least, I was looking for a OG 107 alternative. Definitely met that with the color, maybe the width. These are probably a tiny bit wider. Tagged a 30 by 32. Fits. Those are definitely the right measurements for that. It fits the exact same. I believe you can only see it under certain light, but I believe it might be starting to fade a little bit in places, which I can only imagine will make the color even nicer. It's hard for me to find an olive green I like, but this and my 107s are nice. Just seeing that fade gradually, really cool. Oh, one thing about these that I do still love is the little duck embroidery on the back. These are a higher quality pant. They retailed for like something crazy, like $130. But I didn't pay that much at all. Very high quality, very nice, like a cotton canvas. Softer than anything you'll feel though with like Dickies or anything like that. I believe I have these listed for like $28 and it's free shipping, so just way under retail. Oh, moving on to these. These are such a missed opportunity for me since they're not my size. I love brown pants, but I just haven't found any that I really like the fit of, which might change soon. I plan to do a pickups video when stuff comes in, when everything that I bought recently comes in within the next like week and a half maybe, and that might change. But for now, no brown pants I really enjoyed. These are like a brownish purple because they're so insanely faded, but they're so nice. I mean, they're just subtle distressing like everywhere. Like these jeans, they want to fall apart, but like at the same time they're refusing to. They are thrashed, they are beat through. You can see that there's insane fading along the knee. Whoever had these before me was a construction worker or killed someone in these or some shit. Wore them to all hell. And they're beautiful. It's just the waist is too big. I think these are like a 34 waist, which sucks because they're so nice. Even literally down to the hems, just this subtle fraying, which would probably, if you decide to wear them like under your shoe, it'll definitely get more grand over time, which is so nice. I've never had a jean do that just because I've never had any long enough, but I'm also scared. Since I only have 2 pairs, I'm scared to move into a more aggressive style. Holes, tiny holes though, throughout. But just super nice jeans. These suck that they're not my size because they're so cool. Canyon River Blues is the tag. Really cool tag. Though I don't recognize it at all. I have no idea what it is. But still, such a cool pair of jeans. Moving on, I believe we only have 3 pairs of jeans left. God, it's already been over 35 minutes. And we still have to get to shoes after this. That's whatever. I'll power through. So, these, moving into my sophomore year, were my alternatives to 874s, basically. They're a pair of Dockers. I think this is when I first found the 517s. I saw that a lot of pairs of 517s were corduroy, and I wanted to get something like that. But since they're Levi's, they were so expensive. So basically, every time I went thrifting, I just looked for a pair of pants with corduroy. Eventually found it. Super nice, really fine-grained, Super nice. I mean, there's still no problem with these. Very industrial looking belt loops. So I can only imagine that these will last pretty much forever. I believe these are either a 30 by 32 or 31 by 32. Let me check. I was wrong. 31 by 30. And that's definitely true. Because looking back on it, I now remember they were fitting near my ankles. But like I said, with any of these pieces, you can ask for more specific measurements and I'd be happy to give them to you. Moving on. I'm deciding what I want to be the last pair of bottoms I show. You'll see what the last ones will be. These though are a pair of Wrangler cowboy denim. They're not the Ranchers, which I know people have been hyping up lately. I don't know why this right leg is doing that. Very standard cut, similar to like a mix between the 501s and a 505 as well. Very high quality. The person I bought them from claims that they're from the 70s. I don't know if that's true. I don't know how to date Wranglers. If you go on my Depop and check the photos and you can date them better than the person who I bought them from can, just let me know. Really nice little leather patch on the back. When I would wear them, I kind of just like play with this as I wore them. Nice little golden iteration of the logo right here. And as you can see, has a few holes. All of the specific measurements for this one are already posted on Depop, like thigh, knee, waist, inseam, rise, all of it. Couple sleek marks of distressing down the pant leg here, but on this side there's actually nothing. Very interesting look. Doesn't make you look like a Jerry boy or some shit. I don't know if people say that, but I'd say it doesn't make you look like a hype beast or some shit. I don't know if distressing is still a thing with hype beast. Anyways, very subtle, very nice. Really high quality jeans for like a non-Levi's brand or non-Levi's or Japanese brand. Because I know you can see Wranglers in like your classic JCPenney's or Kohl's or Kmart or shit like that. But these are actually pretty nice. I was really surprised that they felt as good as they did when I had them. Only thing with me is I just wish that there was a tiny bit more room in them for me. But it's whatever. Moving on to the last pair of pants. These are the ones I definitely, looking back, I definitely probably wore the least besides the ones that didn't fit me. These are the Who is Jacob summer pants from like 2018, 2017, spring summer. Carpenter pants, the sunflower yellow. Logo hit here and here. Clearly his play on like the Levi's tag. Size 30. If you're a 30 or 31 or 29, you could fit these. If you're 29, you're definitely gonna need a belt. But if you're a 30 or 31, you'll be fine. Inseam on this is like, I wanna say somewhere between 31 and 32 inches, but I could be wrong. No stains at all whatsoever. The only thing with these is it does seem like they pick up fabric easier, but that could also just be because it's such a light color for me that I don't notice it on other pairs. But these, honestly, for a YouTube brand, these are insanely nice quality. The only reason I never wore them is because the color, but the fit of them is insanely nice. Very similar and reminiscent of like a 505 orange tab, the jeans that I always wear. Just like a slim straight pant. I don't have to cuff them or anything. They hit my shoe perfectly. Just a really like insanely high quality pant. Has a classic little button fly based off the 501. just a great pair of pants. I personally just could never find a way to fit them in with what I wear, but nonetheless, a very nice pant. I think I'm selling this for like 55 bucks, and they retailed for like 130 or something. So yeah, that's what I mean. Try to get good deals. Moving on next to footwear. So last section of the video, probably, unless I fit in accessories at the end, but that would only be one thing. We'll see. Is footwear. Starting off, I'll post the cheapest pair easily. These unbranded Japanese slides based off of the Suikoke Moto. I've had these. I paid like 25, 35 bucks for them. I've had them for 3 years, and I beat the shit out of them. I mean, these soles are almost smooth in areas. Insane amounts of wear, and I would continue to keep beating them, because I don't like getting rid of stuff that I really like unless I have to. But the one thing that sucks about these is I tore through them right here on the right shoe. There's this pillar right here, I guess you could call it, this paneling that wraps under the shoe got broken off. I'm assuming you could super glue it, because the underside is like it's still foam, but I feel like that mixed with the mesh, you could probably super glue it. But such a nice slide. They've always been good to me. Super comfy. Size 9, I believe. You'll fit if you're a 9 or a 9.5, maybe even a 10. Super nice sandal. I mean, I'm selling these for like 17 bucks, and realistically, I'm not making any money off of it. That's just to cover fees and shipping costs. And I guess my gas money to get to the post office. But just wanted something simple, and hopefully if someone could fix them, have them last another 3 years. Moving on to a similar style is these Tevas. I wanted, this was before Tyler had the collab with Suikoke, so I'm not sure what I was thinking, what inspired me to get these. I know I had friends that had like one pair of Tevas at the time, but I don't remember them being a trend, really. So, you know, that gladiator sandal look. Super comfy. Besides the fact that if your feet are too big, it can rub this mesh the wrong way and hurt. But like for me, always fit me really well. They're a size 9, and I'd say they fit true to size. You can probably fit a 9.5 into these if you wanted. Really high quality sandal, surprisingly. These were very cheap. They were like $60. And everything feels really high quality about it. All of the buckles, all of the straps feel really nice. And I don't know, I feel like it's a nice little summer shoe. Especially, it's a good alternative in the Midwest lately, especially during spring this year. I think they're called Chocos. I don't fucking know. But a lot of Midwestern kids were wearing these sandals in a very similar style. I feel like it works as a good alternative. Moving on though, next is these Asics Gel Light 5s, I want to say. Yeah, Gel Light 5s. Super nice color palette. It seems like Asics last forever. These are either a 9 or 9.5. I think a 9. Yeah, they're a 9. They'll fit 9.5. I'm personally, my shoe size is like between a 9 and 9.5. So I can fit both basically. Which is why I say 9 to 9.5 for basically everything I'm selling. These retailed for like $150 fucking dollars, something crazy. And I don't know if I'll say they're worth that much, just since it's still not necessarily fast fashion, but definitely not ethical fashion. Anyways, it makes for a great running shoe though. I mean, they're like insanely comfy. Everyone used to talk about Boost and shit. These is what they should have been talking about. I mean, they're just insanely fucking comfy. I don't know what fucking gel they put in here, if that's actually what it is. But these are just a super, super comfy shoe. Would make great for like, probably, honestly could even work as like a trail shoe because they're so cushiony. And they provide pretty good structural support. Don't bend a ton, don't move around a ton. I feel like they'd make for a good daily shoe for like anything. Moving on though, another sportier look are these Prestos. Yellowing on the cages and this little toe cap up here. I think it looks really, really good, honestly. I don't really like the look of pure white. It's too clean for my taste. I like my shoes beat up. I was surprised when I got these that they even had a toe cap. Because most mesh shoes, even if they are mesh and it's at like, not cheaper, but material that's easier to rip. It seems like they don't have toe caps to protect them. So I was really surprised to see this in just like a regular Nike quality shoe. But nonetheless, very, very nice shoe. Size 9, as usual, fits 9 or 9.5. Super nice. I think these might be, I don't know if they're running shoes, if they're, I think I've seen people like basketball in these, but I don't think they're basketball shoes. Anyways, would make for like a good everyday trainer. Really simple. Since it's mesh, you can probably clean almost everything off of it if you get them dirty. Very, very good job at keeping your foot in place with this whole back panel here wrapping around. But really, I don't know, these shoes have been good to me. They also have that air cushion, so probably not as comfy as the Asics, depending on what style of cushion you want, but these are definitely more responsive. Only 2 pairs of shoes, and I think that'll be the video. For today, these, it sucks that I'm selling these. I still like them, but the problem is they just don't match my style anymore. Oh, these Adidas Palace Pros. Palace's take on mixing up a Gazelle Samba-like shoe, which is why I've been looking for Sambas now for the past couple of years, but I've just never been able to pull the trigger because I'm worried that the same thing's gonna happen that happened with these. I don't know what retail was, probably like 130 to 150, but that does not matter. I mean, these shoes are just insane. Back when I got these were reselling for like $300 to $500. The Ian Connor effect was crazy. He's not why I bought these though. It's such a beautiful, beautiful shoe. These ones are really beat up. There's discoloration in certain areas. You can see there's some stain there from the previous owner. There's also this little blemish here on the front stripe. But other than that, since it's gray, you really can't see a lot of it. It kind of all just blends together. The suede on this shoe is insanely high quality. I was shocked. It's like buttery smooth. The next shoes I'm gonna show you are also suede, and I think the suede on these is like 2 times nicer. First experience with Palace as a company. Since they developed their own shoe model, I'd assume they had the same materials and the quality of materials in these, and it's just insane. I mean, these are some of the best shoes I've ever bought. I absolutely adore these. It's just, they just don't fit my style anymore. But to this day, these are still fucking fire. Absolutely love these. Even the insoles, oh shit. Even the insoles are worn down, but still have the logos and you can see them and everything. These are size 9, I believe. Everyone says these fit big, and I'd say slightly. You can fit these if you're a 9, but you will have wiggle room. You'll definitely also fit them if you're a 10, just a little snug. 9.5 will probably fit you perfectly. Great pair of shoes. Would make for a great everyday shoe, skate shoe, everything. Even traction. I mean, the traction has like a little bit of dirt in it, but like it's still entirely intact. Absolutely amazing shoe. It sucks that I'm getting rid of these. Last shoe. This is probably the oldest thing on here. So I guess it's the earliest development of my style. You'll see which really pushed me forward into the internet era of fashion. I've always cared about what I wore, but this influencer, I guess you could call him, is the person that kind of got me searching up brands and stuff like that and got me to YouTube. The Golf LaFleur Converse 1 stars. These are from the first batch. I remember I was I was supposed to go to work, and I waited and waited until these dropped. Went on Converse, they were like sold out. I was freaking out. And then I got them off Golf Wing last second. Only 1,000 of these were made in the first batch. Just absolutely insane. That doesn't fit my style anymore. Would still make for a great skate shoe. Very similar to those Palace shoes. I have so much respect for these. Just not my taste anymore, which sucks. I mean, these hold their value really well. You have that flower on the side. There's words coming across the side of the shoe on both shoes. And it's like, I didn't even realize that until I got them in hand. Just because, I don't know, this is like when he really, really cared about his shoes. B on the back, sunflower insoles, and they're ortho light too, so they're really cushioned for Converse. They're way more comfortable than regular Converse. Absolutely beautiful shoe. You have the Golf and Converse on the bottom. I mean, this is when Tyler like really, really put in a shit ton of effort into his shoes, or at least definitely, I'll say definitely more than he has now. Been pretty disappointed with everything clothing wise he's put out in the past couple of years, but these are insane. At least the effort he put into them is insane. I've always cared about what I wore, like I said, but even these, it took me like 2 years. I always wanted the Golf Wing Vans, the blue and pink and the brown and pink. I still like the brown and pink, but I don't think those old schools would match my style. So I waited for years and years and finally convinced myself to cop one of these. Very expensive purchase for me at the time. I have kept everything. I still have the extra shoelaces and the little potato type sack bag, tote bag type thing that came included with them. Still, insanely nice shoe. Only other thing that I haven't shown that I am selling is the Acne Studios charm that you guys saw me wearing in my last video. That's why I'm not wearing it now, but it's like it's a clip-on earring that I just wore as a necklace. You don't need to have your ears pierced. It's super, super nice. Missing one of the charms, but other than that, insane piece. If it still had that third charm, I still have it. When I sell it, I'm gonna ship it with it. You can probably super glue it together. I'm just worried about like me doing that myself, which is why I'm getting rid of it. I'm selling for like $130, $120, and it retailed for over $200 fucking dollars. So really simple fix. I just want to get some of retail back, but an absolute fucking stunner of a piece. Anyways, these rounding out the video, and I think that's my wardrobe progression over the years. Spiritual successor to the last video. By the time I have this video posted, I'm hoping that those Golf Wing Vans will sell because I have an offer, or the Golf Wing Converse will sell because I have an offer. But you can always check my Depop. I'll link it in the bio and you'll see what's still available. I can send offers on literally anything. No offer will offend me. No questions will offend me. Nothing like that. Just let me know. So moving forward, like I said in this beginning, my style is definitely much more formal. And I don't know where it's gonna move on from now. I've been looking after things like ringer tees. I've been wanting more fatigues, but not in an olive green color, so I don't know what silhouette I'd be chasing after. I'm almost done with sneakers entirely besides these Jack Purcells. Almost only wearing boots now. I want to find a good mule. I have been wanting Bostons for like 2.5 years, but they're blowing up now. I don't know, I'm assuming some rapper wore them. They're getting huge now, which sucks. Like people are fine to like them. I just don't want people thinking I'm a hype beast, I guess. And they're slowly moving away from me. So I'm kind of looking for a good meal, but I don't know what to go after. So any recommendations for a meal or a clog would be great for me. Anyways, next video will probably be pickups, or I might even do a monthly favorites at the end of September if stuff takes a while to get in. I can include music then with stuff like that, because I do want to talk about the music I've been listening this month. Really unique, some really interesting finds for me. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.